Hello readers, and we have finally made it to lesson number 5 of VCCCV Multisyllabic Words. As usual, we're going to go over the rule first. We're going to practice breaking apart some words with this spelling pattern, and then we're going to race the teacher. How quickly can you read some words that are VCCCV words? Are you ready? Let's get started. Let's go over the rule first like we do every day. Our VCCCV rule says when there's 3 consonants between 2 vowels, and we see that here with the I and the E, we usually split it after the first consonant like we did after the L. Now, does usually mean always? No. Does mean sometimes, probably means most of the time, but not always. One big rule we always have to remember is we keep digraphs and blends together. I even see a blend right here with DR. That's a blend. So if we know those blends and digraphs and we always keep them together, it usually makes this a pretty easy process. So let's get started. As usual, I will remind you, if you're in class and you can read these words already, don't say them till the end. We want to make sure everyone in your class can do this just as well as you. And that way you all get better together. That's really important. All right, so the first thing we do is we label the vowels. What vowels do I label? Did you get the LE? Next, we draw a bridge. We want to connect the 2 vowels. And what do I put on the on the bridge? The consonants, that's right. An M and a P. And before you say, wait, there's supposed to be 3 C's. There is, right here. It happens to be part of that LE vowel team, that variant vowel team, and that's okay, because if I'm just looking at it and I don't know the word, I'm still going to count that as a consonant. Now, as I'm doing this, I have to figure out where do I put the line, and the rule says that we put it usually here. But if I do that, I break up MP. I don't want to break up MP, because that's a blend. So I'm going to try it here. And then if I don't like it, then I can always go back the other way. Sample. Sample. Depending on where you live, you might actually say it sample. Either way. What's the word? Sample. That was a tricky one, wasn't it? Sometimes words sound different depending on where you're from. Next word. What's the first thing I do? Label the vowels. The O, did you get the ER? I went a little quick on that. I probably should have let you guess at it. That's an R-controlled vowel, so we want to make sure we keep those together. What do I do once I've labeled the vowels? I draw the bridge. What do I put on the bridge? The consonants. So I have the B, the S, and the T. And why don't I put that L? He's the last one left. Should I label that L? No, it's not over the bridge. I don't have to. Now, of course, as I look at this, I already see a blend. Do you see a blend? ST, that's right. And the rule says to keep blends together. So I'm going to keep those blends together when I split it. And of course, it's after that first consonant, so that actually meets 2 of the things that we talked about. So if I'm sounding this word out, I'm going to say lob. Stir. Lobster. So how do we say it again? Lobster. I know once I've seen it split up like that and I look at it without it, I can still sort of see that blend, and I know to break it up before that. That helps me read them. Next, what's the first step? Label the vowels. What do I label? The U and the A. Now, those of you who are actually writing this with me while I do this, you can always slow the video down if you need to, if I'm going too fast. Once I've labeled the vowels, what do? Draw a bridge. What do I put on my bridge? The consonants. What consonants do I put on the bridge? Because there's lots of consonants in this word. The B, the T, and the R. That's right. Now again, I see a blend. Do you see the blend? It's that TR, isn't it? Now the rule says we usually put it after the first consonant, which is right there, but I also want to keep the blends together. So this actually lets me know this is probably the right place. So I'm going to try it out and I'm going to read it. Subtract. Subtract. You probably subtract some in school. So let's read it without the clues. Subtract. And our last word before we review some sounds and then race the teacher. This is our next word. What's the first step again? Label the vowels. And what vowels do I label? The U and the E. What do I do next? I build a bridge. That's right. I connect the two vowels. And what do I put on the bridge? The consonants. What consonants do I put on them? The N, the D, and the R. Again, every time I look at it, I'm starting to see some patterns. Do you see a blend again? Or a digraph? I see a blend. DR, that's right, like dress, or drought, or drink. So it says to keep those together, so I'm going to try to keep those together. Now I'm going to put it after that first consonant, which is where it usually goes. Let's sound it out. Hun, drid, 100. That's the word I know. What's the word? 100. All right, let's go over some sounds that we've already learned this year. I see some blends and digraphs in here too. This will help us remember them. Gull, bull, sp, ft, dur, gur, ch, s, or e, a, e, and I. All right, are you ready to race the teacher? I'm going to give you a few seconds to read the word before I do. Let's see who reads the word correct, but faster. Let's get started. Ostrich. Instant. Panther. Children. Dolphin. Single. Hamster. Farther. Turtle. Merchant. Sandwich. Umbrella. Partner. Fortress. Explain. Complete. Control. Inspect. Constant. Purchase. Surprise. That's the last word. Thank you guys for sticking with me to the very end. You were amazing. And if I'm going to lose, at least I lost at this. Thanks for playing with me. And until next time, happy reading.